Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing COVID-19 so-called visa extensions. And for those who are unaware, starting approximately a year ago, well, back in March of 2020, with the inception of the emergency decree, immigration essentially started they had an amnesty for those on overstay after that date. Specifically, I believe it was March 23rd or March 26th, 2020. There was an amnesty for about 6 months, if I recall. And those who got stuck in Thailand didn't have to worry about their visa. Then that amnesty was coming to an end, but they did allow, under certain circumstances, discretionary extension of status for those stuck in Thailand thereafter. And a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, that's pattayamail.com, article is titled, quote unquote, COVID visa extension applications approved until July 29. Quoting directly, it is not known how many foreigners are dependent on the COVID extensions rather than other visa types, but the generally accepted figure is around 100,000. They include tourists who cannot return home because of strict entry rules or lack of flights to a particular destination, those who don't want to go back because of high infection rates, and finally, independent travelers who are enjoying life here. Many observers believe that the special extensions will continue to be issued by Thai immigration until the land frontiers reopen again. That may, in fact, be the case. But I have to say, one of the things, and the reason for this video, we have noticed when people seek these discretionary extensions, it's not just a gimme. It's not just a rubber stamping. This is scrutinized. It's adjudicated, essentially. The immigration officer in question oftentimes will ask what the purpose of the continued extension is. We've seen, again, this is anecdotal. We've seen folks come to us after they've been told, well, that's not a good enough reason. Way back, a few months back, 6 months, 8 months ago, there were, if you didn't have a letter from an embassy, it was difficult. Again, these policies have shifted. It's fluid. I'm not making this to sort of fearmonger anybody or scare anyone, but the purpose of the video is do not presume this will go on forever. And especially for those who may have a way, like returning to the U.S. right now, things are starting to calm down a little bit. I think, for Americans, if you are looking to regularize your status and you'd otherwise like to go back for a trip to the U.S. anyway, might not be a terrible time to consider that, or at least in the upcoming months, especially as hopefully they start to ease back on the quarantine requirements when returning to Thailand. Now, again, everybody's case is different, everybody's situation is different, but the reason for this video basically is to presume this is going to go on ad infinitum is not a good presumption. Also, and to be clear, we have seen cases where folks have said, where immigration officers have said, no, you don't qualify for that, especially if you arrived after the lockdown in March of last year. I've seen situations where immigration officers have said, no, we're not going to do that. Again, oftentimes we manage to find solutions some other way to maintain status for folks, but do not presume it's just a rubber stamp to get one of these quote-unquote COVID extensions.